Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today just I will go to the lecture number 3 uh, of the chapter The Portrait of a Lady. And here the writer is Khushwant Singh. So I think just today just I will get through it a glimpse of means how the turning point just happened in their lives between the grandma and also the writer Khushwant Singh. So when the parents of writer Khushwant Singh, so they were well settled in town, then they took both grandma and also writer Khushwant Singh just near them. ସେମାନେ ପାଖକୁ ସେମାନେ ନେଇଗଲେ ୱେଲ୍ ସେଟେଲ୍ ହେଇଗଲେ ଟାଉନରେ. So from that time, so they took a turning point in their lives, some sudden changes in their lives, with a turning point in their life. When Khushwant Singh was sent to study in one of the English medium schools at their town, so there is no need of grandma to accompany him to school and also feeding the street dogs also simultaneously at that time. So there are some turning points also took there between their relationships. And grandma was also just kept in busy, just feeding the sparrows in the courtyard of the townhouse. Then what she had to also do during time, because she was always busy doing something. Even also did not have anything just to accompany the writer to the new English medium school, because the writer was going through the bus. By the bus he was also going to the new English medium school. ତେଣୁ ଆଙ୍କର ଆଉ ଦରକାର ପଡ଼ିଲାନି ଗ୍ରାଣ୍ଡ ମାଙ୍କର ତାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଯିବାକୁ ଟୁ ଆକମ୍ପାନି ହିମ୍ ଟୁ ଦି ସ୍କୁଲ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫିଡ଼ିଂ ଦି ଷ୍ଟ୍ରିଟ୍ ଡଗ୍ସ. So as a result there took somewhat a bit of the also just the damage of the relationship between these two. ତେଣୁ ଯାହା ବି ଗୋଟେ ତାଙ୍କ ରିଲେସନ୍ ଟର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ନେଲା. So in the English medium school also the writer was also taught there, and the writer was taught about the Western science and also Western science and the law of gravity and the Archimedes theory. I think which she could not understand about that, the subject matters or the subject with which she could not understand absolutely nothing from that. So that's why she could not help also in the learning of the writer Khushwant Singh. So that's why she was not satisfied with also the learning at that English medium school. So another thing just I will tell you here. So when writer Khushwant Singh was just learning at that school, so during that time the grandma asked one question: if the scriptures were taught in that English medium school. So when she got the negative answer, she felt very dejected, very hopeless, very despair, and also very despairing and desperate also, because she could not understand that. Then what was going in that school? There are no scriptures were there, no alphabets were there. So a bit of just the hopeless and also desperateness comes to the mind of the grandma. So another thing also I'll describe. So on the day which she heard that in that school the writer was given the teaching about the music or Western music. So since that day, so the grandma looked hopeless and also fled gloominess, and also just looked disturbed, and she thought that the writer's life is going to be spoiled down there in that English medium school. ସେ ଭାବିଲେ ଯେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ନଷ୍ଟ ହେବାକୁ ଯାଉଛି. So day after day just gone by. So one day what happened, the writer went to study to the university for higher studies, because every person grows, childhood time goes, then higher study comes in everybody's life. So when the opportunity or the time came, so writer went to study to one of the universities. So I think from that time there took some sudden changes or the cut-off relationship between the grandma and also writer Khushwant Singh. So here the grandma also never complained about such kind of relationship, because when writer went to study the university, so from that time he was given a separate room to live, and grandma also was given another separate room just to stay in that room. दुईजनको अलग अलग रूम दिएको. I think here grandma's feelings, thoughts is quite miserable, because some inhuman acts being done by the parents of Khushwant Singh, just giving them the separate rooms to live in. So anyhow, the grandma also never complained about that also the topics. Then she could busy always just near the spinning wheel, and also reciting the prayers also very constantly or always. जब प्रार्थना सबैले करथले reciting the prayers nearby spinning mill, से it busy रहथले. And towards the evening time or towards the afternoon's time, then she was a little bit of busy feeding the sparrows, and felt happiness, cheerfulness, and understood also herself that I have to do such type of activities in order to keep myself busy and also getting the happiness or cheerfulness from this kind of acts. Because she was a very kind-hearted person, and also she also always loved the birds. So that's engaged also the feeding the the sparrows in the courtyard of the new house. And also the sparrows also hovered around him, sitting around him, chirping, making twittering sounds and singing sweet songs. And someone also sitting on the shoulder, someone sitting on the head. So which gave the grandma very pleasant moments of that time. And she also loved feeding the sparrows by giving the pieces of the breads also, the pieces of the stale that the breads to the sparrows. Basi roti khanda tamil deba utile, because she was absolutely busy in doing so activities. So I will just drive out to just one point just in this connectivity, that I think every grandma or every grandparents in our society, culture, tradition, I think they must be give reverence, respectful, and proper treatment, and also proper caring, because they are so helpless and hopeless, miserable, breakdown situation during that time. So we must stand to that occasion and helping them on their way just to lead the rest of the lives. So that's why we won't have any kinds of mishappenings in their lives, or don't make any such riff-raff accidents in their lives, because they will just feel also cheerless, unhappy, gloomy feeling throughout the day. I think it is a symbol of, means we are not paying the proper attention to them and under their deplorable or the pathetic conditions of their lives. So anyhow, we must also stand to every occasion of our grandparents in our lives, because they are the blooming flowers, they are the great icons, they are the subtles in our lives, they are the inspiring agents of our lives, guiding agents in our lives, and in every toto of the matters of the lives, they also stand on the occasion for us. So that's why we must be paying our just loyalties, and we should sacrifice our life just towards their well-being of their lives, in order to live peacefully just the rest of their lives. So I think up to that. So next lecture I will have from tomorrow. Still then, bye to all.